What's going on, Shady people? ShadyPenguinn here. Welcome back to another episode of Shady VGC Factory, where we have on BattleSpot and play some VGC games. Now, I have the same team as last time, although I've taken Araquanid back off, and we're focusing on Mimikyu being here, because I think Mimikyu is still really solid for sure. Now, I have worked on some new Pokemon, and I will be working on more new Pokemon this weekend, so what I need from you guys is more suggestions in the comment section down below. If you want to jump in and be a part of it, that is, feel free to do so, and of course, if you end up getting chosen, feel giddy, feel good. Right now, our current record is 1445. I tried my hardest to win us some new music today, but unfortunately, that did not happen. I got to 46 wins in the battle tree and lost. We're going up against Zexia VGC, who's probably really good. Got a Smeargle, Eevee, Porygon, Tapu Lele, Espeon, and Garchomp. So this team, I'm glad I get to feature it. It's probably going to be, let me bring my desk down a little bit. It's probably going to be a Evo Boost Baton Pass team, and you see a couple Psych Up Pokemon. I know Porygon gets Psych Up. A lot of things do. So I'm not really sure if I have an answer for this, to be honest with you. Our best answer would be being able to one-shot it, which I don't think we can. You know what? He can't fake out Marowak and Mimikyu lead. So I think that's the best thing we can do. Smeargle cannot fake us out, so we're gonna attempt to go with that. And then we see the two psychic types. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring my Crocodile. And then for the final Pokemon, I think I'm gonna go Tapu Fini here. I wanna be able to get rid of that Mist so I can use priority. I should say I want to be able to bring the Mist so I can get rid of priority, so I can use priority. Tapu Lele, of course, when it sets up its Psychic, makes the field weird. It actually makes it so that you can't use priority moves. So hopefully we can. Also, webcam's at a different angle. I know that. Hopefully it's not too big of a deal to you guys. Let me know in the comment section below. And of course, we're using a new mic today. We'll see how it goes for sure. We're going to see our opponent lead with, let's see, Smeargle and Eevee. So we got the lead right at the very least. And I think we can just body either the Eevee slot or the Smeargle slot. Do I think he's gonna go for, I guess some sort? I didn't think about this. He's probably gonna put someone to sleep at this point. I'm gonna Flare Blitz into the Eevee, and I'm gonna play rough into the Eevee. I don't know what else to do at this point. He could protect Eevee and then go for Spore. Okay, so it doesn't protect. Goes for the Spore though. Gonna put us to sleep. We don't have a Lumberry. But he had to put the Marowak to sleep because we could probably one-shot at that point. So unfortunately, it's going to be up to us. Ooh, so close, so close. Really unfortunate because he's easily going to either Baton Pass, get the Psych Up off, whatever it's gonna be. We'll see if we can actually get around this. This was already, I think we already featured Evo Boost on the channel last time, but it didn't have, did it have Smeargle? I think it did have Smeargle. I can't remember. I tried to block that battle out of my mind. Apparently I did a pretty good job, but what can you do? What can you do? We're gonna see the Evo Boost here. Right into Eevee. Look at all these guys just throwing up on Eevee. It's gonna, look at how wide the eyes get. Wide-eyed Eevee. Powerful Eevee. Terrified Shady. That's what ends up happening. We're gonna see the Spore, of course, is a huge problem. I can't believe they keep Smeargle around, man. It's just wild to me that every single time they just keep him in the decks like they have to or something. We're gonna see the attack raise sharply, which isn't gonna matter, and then the accuracy falls. That's beautiful. That's what I like to see. So the only thing we can continue to do is, unfortunately, just attempt to crit that slot. We know the Pokemon in the back. The Pokemon in the back could be Garchomp, Tapu Lele, Espeon, or Porygon 2. I don't think he's switching to the... I'm gonna go ahead and switch in Tapu Fini. Actually, you know what? That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. Oh my gosh. I'm going to switch out Marowak, even though it's asleep and it's unfortunate, into Tapu Fini. And then I'm going to play rough the Eevee slot. That's all I can really do. I totally forgot I had Tapu Fini. I could have kept my Marowak alive and probably one-shot it. I have to be more aware of that. This is why we're doing this series, though, so I can learn, and we can learn from my mistakes together. Misty Surge cannot status anyone anymore, which is great. We're going to see Baton Pass from the Eevee, of course. Had I just switched in the Tapu Fini right away, wow. That's crazy. I'm pretty sure Marowak will one-shot an Eevee. I mean, it might be, no, it can't be. It can't be Focus Sash. Yeah, Marowak would definitely one-shot the Eevee. So we got to do that next time. This team is pretty easy to shut down once you know what you got to do. Unfortunately, though, we have a Porygon 2 in here who's going to download and get an attack boost. So its attack's at +3. We're going to see a Spore. Spore doesn't work. We're going to go for the Play Rough on the Porygon 2 slot. And I don't think we can touch this thing, man. I think we're pretty much done. So the attack is going to raise sharply again, and the defense fall. So I'm not worried about the Smeargle right now. I guess what I really have to do is try to crit this Porygon 2. I don't know what else we can do. I think I'm going to Ice Beam the Porygon 2. And I'm pretty tempted to switch into Crocodile here, just because I have the Brick Break at the very least. I guess, is that worth? Probably better than Play Roughing. Yeah, it's probably better than Play Roughing. I'm just gonna switch into Crocodile. All I had to do is switch in Tapu Fini turn 1. It really does grind my gears. We're gonna see the Eevee actually come back out. Pretty much feeling like that slot is free for him. And I'm gonna switch out my Tapu, nope, I'm gonna switch out my Mimikyu and switch into my Crocodile, get a nice little Intimidate off. I will outspeed some things, which is nice. And now I think I just have to try to Brick Break. We're gonna see a Shadow Ball into that slot, so nice and resisted. Not like it matters. It's probably just the only thing he can hit my Mimikyu with. We're gonna go for an Ice Beam, kind of just fishing for freezes or crits here. There's really nothing else I can do. That does literally nothing. I don't know what else this Eevee would do. I guess maybe Fake Out? Does Eevee get Fake Out? Potentially. I think once again, I'm just gonna go for an Ice Beam. I think our best bet is to get the 10% freeze. If we're going for a 10%, we might as well get the Ice Beam. And I'm gonna Brick Break the Porygon 2 slot. Just because we gotta get a crit or a freeze. We're gonna see the helping hand from the Eevee. I have regrets for not taking that thing out. Brick Break, can we crit you and get rid of you? No crit, that's nothing, that's pathetic damage. Thunderbolt on the Tapu Fini, that's gonna take me out. That's +2 and a helping hand. It does not need to be stabbed. The only way I'm winning this is if I crit him. We basically, he won turn 1 when I didn't switch in my Marowak. Definitely unfortunate. Definitely unfortunate. I could have actually switched, I could have stalled and switched in my Marowak there, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and let's Play Rough again. One of these has to crit. That's the only chance we have, is if one of these crit. I think Evo Boost, Eevee's gonna use Protect. That's fine. I am literally not worried about you right now. We just need to crit this Porygon 2. That's not a crit. We're gonna see Recover. We're gonna see Recover. Nope, Shadow Ball straight up into the Mimikyu. Okay, okay. Shadow Ball into Mimikyu. Gonna break my disguise. Gonna break my disguise. Unfortunately, oh, come on. Come on, we're so close. He's just gonna recover. He's just gonna recover. I have to keep trying for crits, dude. I don't know what else to do. There's literally nothing else I can do. There's nothing else I can do. Last time, though, when we saw this, it wasn't passed into an Porygon 2, it was passed into an Arcanine. Maybe he doesn't have Recover. Maybe we'll crit right here. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Goes for the Shadow Ball, so that's gonna take Mimikyu out. I should have protected. Should have protected. I'm definitely fiending for these crits, man. I'm not gonna lie. I'm super fiending because it's insanity. It's insanity that I honestly hate that this is a thing. I know that I literally could have prevented it by turn 1 too. That's what really grinds my gears. Is that I literally could have prevented it turn 1. But unfortunately we didn't. I'm gonna protect my Marowak, so if I wake up, hopefully just Helping Hands and Shadow Balls again, and we have a slight chance of winning this. I feel like that won't be the case, but we'll see what happens. Eevee's gonna go for Protect, so we're probably gonna see a Recover here, unless we can crit you. Can we please crit you? Marowak stays asleep. Can we please crit you? Please, please, please. We didn't need it! We didn't need it! There we go. There we go. All right. So we're done with the boost. We're done with the boost for now. It all depends who's in the back. Because we know he's got a Smeargle. Tapu Lele. Oh, that stinks. That kind of stinks. That pretty much stinks. Okay. Because he's going to be able to Helping Hand. He's going to be able to Helping Hand. So what I'm going to do is I am going to protect my Marowak because he's going to try to Helping Hand Shadow Ball it. And then I'm going to Brick Break this Eevee. Because if I wake up, which I hopefully do, I think that was 2 turns of sleep. We got the first turn and then that second one. So we're going to see Helping Hand here, probably Helping Hand Shadow Ball into the Marowak slot, knowing that I'm locked into Brick Break. We wake up, we get the Protect off. Yeah, I don't even mind that this is a thing. I'm going to feel good winning this. Brick Break into the Eevee, get rid of that Eevee. We get rid of that Eevee, and we'll see if we can... There's a Psychic. Oh, we got a Protective Screen. Now, he can't fake out my Marowak. So it all comes down to, can Tapu Lele actually one-shot my Marowak? Which I feel like it can with the field being weird. I feel like it's possible, unfortunately. But we're going to find out right now. We're going to Shadow Bone it, strongest move that we can use. And then we're going to Brick Break against the Smeargle. We're going to Brick Break against the Smeargle. There's the Brick Break. At the same time, he probably has Focus Sash Spore. So we're still not having fun. There's the Spore into the. So my only chance was to go for the double Protect. That was my only chance. There's the Psychic. Let's see how much it does. Probably 2 at KO. Live on 7. So had I gone for the double Protect, that's so unfortunate. I'm really upset about that. I'm really upset. All right, so let's Protect, because just for BP. I remember my Crocodile's Choice Scarf. That's why I cannot switch moves. I cannot actually switch moves. And he's just barely gonna win this. Just barely gonna win this. Had I gotten the double Protect off, or a turn 2 Wake Up at any point, we would have been able to take it. But I'm guessing this Tapu Lele is gonna have Psychic type Dazzling Gleam. There it is, Dazzling Gleam, which is going to take out the Marowak, and it's going to take out the Crocodile as well. So that was a GG for sure. I learned a lot from that match. I hope you guys did too. If you have a Tapu Fini that can prevent statuses and you see a Smeargle, switch that thing in, switch that bad boy in. Don't even worry about fake outs anymore, because I mean, in this case, he wasn't even running a fake out Smeargle. It didn't seem, but. Had we switched in our Tapu Fini, we wouldn't have been able to have been Spored, and Marowak could have one-shot that Eevee, and the whole entire battle would have been infinitely easier. Infinitely easier. But sometimes that's the way the cookie crumbles. So we're gonna have to go in for another game and see if we can snag a W with this team. Otherwise, we're gonna have to change some things up for sure. I mean, we're definitely bringing in a new team next episode, no matter what. Even if it's just my Torkoal team, I wouldn't mind just bringing my Torkoal team, but. At the same time, I would really like to snag a W with this team. I really should. If I would have just switched in Tapu Fini or gone for the double Protect, that's my least favorite. Is that now I'll never know if the double Protect would have worked. I'll never know. Never know. Well, unfortunately, during that last one, my opponent DC'd. He had a really good team. He was using Trick Room Oranguru, but it DC'd around the 3rd, 4th turn. So we're not gonna be able to see that one. You guys can see, I don't think that I didn't receive a loss for that. And his rating was pretty low, but I guess it's just because he's DCing a lot. I feel bad because he's a pretty good team. Sima Z is here, and we're gonna see him bringing the Garchomp, the Tapu Koko, the Alolan Ninetales, the Arcanine, the Celestial, and the Porygon 2. So Xurkitree is definitely coming to this one. I think I'm actually considering leading Xurkitree and Tapu Fini. I think that's a pretty solid lead. I'm gonna bring the Marowak in the back against this team because it hits both the Ninetales and the Arcanine and the Celesteela, which I hate seeing Celesteela. And then I'm gonna bring the Mimikyu for the Garchomp because I really don't have another answer. Tapu Fini does have Ice Beam, don't get me wrong, and it is a fairy type, but Fini doesn't really like taking those earthquakes at all. Not even a little bit does he like these earthquakes. Why are you making such the angry face, Shady? Why do you make? I don't know what's going on. I'm very high strung right now because of the stream we had today. I am just all over the place, spazzing, straight up spazzing. But it's all good. It's gonna get better. It's gonna get better. It's gonna get better. All right, here we go. Sima Z. Sima Z, I have your number. 794-2436-429-FEE. That last number was fee? Because I said too many numbers. My brain was like, hold on, too many numbers. And then, but I still want to say 4, so now you're going to say fee because you're going to charge people a fee. Tapu Koko Porygon 2 lead. Didn't expect that. I did not expect that lead. With that, though, I think what I'm going to do is I am going to switch in my Marowak. Because Tapu Koko is going to be desperate to get an electric type attack off. He's going to be desperate. Porygon 2 is such a huge problem for the Pokemon that I brought. I don't really have a specific answer for it because I didn't bring my Crocodile with Brick Break. Marowak is pretty much the best thing I could do. But we'll see what happens. I'm going to switch in the Marowak for my Xurkitree, and I am going to go for a Moonblast on the Tapu Koko slot. Because I'm not even going to bother trying to take out a Pokemon like Porygon 2. I'm not going to bother till it's at the end. So if you bring a Porygon 2 against me, it's probably going to live for a while. Of course, it can set the Trick Room, which is dangerous. But we see a Tapu Koko there. So even if it does, I have a Marowak, which appreciates the Trick Room a lot. And both my Pokemon are slower than his Tapu Koko. So we're actually going to see the Dazzling Gleam for the Tapu Koko. A nice safe play from my opponent. Going to get a decent amount of damage off on both my Pokemon. That's Life Orb. I was going to say that's a lot of damage on Finny. That is a lot of damage on Finny. But that's okay, because this Moonblast doesn't do as much as I was hoping. There's the Shadow Ball. Oh, on the top. I thought you did it on the other slot. I was super impressed for a second. I was like, are you kidding me? All right, it looks like we might have to trade a Tapu Fini for a Tapu Koko. Huh. I don't want to go Bone Meringue. Bone Meringue on that slot I don't really like because Celesteela could come in. I think I'm going to Flare Blitz the Tapu Koko and just protect my Finny. But he's just going to Shadow Ball my Marowak. I mean, that's fine, I guess. I guess I'd rather keep my Tapu Fini. So, Tapu Koko is going to protect. That's really unfortunate. That's really, really, really bad for us. Tapu Fini is going to use Protect as well. Did I say Fini before I meant Koko? Koko's going to use Protect. Fini's going to use Protect. Shadow Ball into the Marowak slot, and that's going to do a great deal of damage. We also get to see that it outspeeds me, and it takes me out. So that is huge, 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 terrible turn for me. That is an absolutely detrimental turn for me. I'm probably going to have to bring in my Mimikyu here if I want to have any chance of winning. If I want to have a single chance of winning. And at this point, I think I've made a terrible mistake by leaving that Porygon 2 around. I think I should just play rough that slot. Now I can see Celesteela coming in over there. And I'm going to Moonblast that slot as well. I can definitely see Celesteela. Oh no, he's just gonna go for it, man. He's just gonna go for broke. Well, I guess because the Shadow Ball is gonna take me out. The Shadow Ball is probably gonna take Finny out here. Poor Ursula, dude. Play Rough is gonna come out and is gonna connect with the Porygon 2. Not gonna do too much. I hate Porygon 2, man. I can't believe I live in a world where Porygon 2 is running around rampant. It's just too bulky. It's another Pokemon you really have to bring a counter for. You have to bring your answer for Porygon 2. Look at this. It's a crit. It's one-shotting everything. With non-stab Shadow Ball, dude. That's nuts. That's actually insane. I definitely didn't play too well, though, in this match. I think I'm a little tilted from the last battle not getting shown. At this point, I'm just going to predict the Protect from the Tapu Koko. And I'm going to Thunderbolt the Porygon 2. I gotta try my hardest to take it out and Moonblast it. I think he's gonna protect Tapu Koko. I gotta start making reads if I want to. I need him to play bad if I want to win. I need him to play bad. So hopefully we see the Tapu Koko protect. Or maybe Arcanine come in, trigger my speed. That would be nice. That would be real nice. Finny definitely did not work out in this match. Bulu would have been so much better. Then again, we've only seen 2 of my opponent's Pokemon, so really, really not that crazy. Really not that crazy. Tapu Koko is going to protect. We'll see if with some predictions if we can turn this around. It's really unlikely, but that's okay. Let's Thunderbolt. It's going to do a solid amount, and Moonblast will pick up the knockout here. So we don't have to take any more damage from this thing, thankfully. Never again will I ever say, hey, Porygon 2's in the field. Let me just leave it. Never again. Never, ever, 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 ever again. The Dazzling Gleam is almost guaranteed to come out from this Tapu Koko. We're going to see a Garchomp here. Ooh, that's troublesome. Well, he just protected, so he's not going to EQ. He's not going to EQ because he just protected with his Tapu Koko. So he's going to Poison Jab my Finny. So the only thing I can do is Grass Knot the Garchomp and protect the Tapu Fini. It's the only thing I can do because he's going to poison jab my Tapu Fini. I'm not forgetting about poison jab ever again. Tapu Fini goes for protect. We'll see a dazzling gleam, I'm sure, from this Tapu Koko. Oh, goes for Thunderbolt. Oh, Thunderbolt into the circuitry. Are we still seeing? Don't tell me. Please tell me you're seeing poison jab. We're going to see the poison jab. We are protected. Now, can we crit? Can we crit this neutral grass knot? I doubt it. I should try to find a HP ice circuitry. I'm doing myself a disservice by not having one. I literally might have to soft reset for an HP ice circuitry, which is just gonna suck really bad. Because I really would rather have obviously HP ice circuitry. It's crazy that man. All right, the only thing I can do is I'm going to Thunderbolt the Tapu Koko, and I'm going to protect again. I need a double protect with Tapu Fini to have any chance. Let's see. Tapu Koko actually uses protect. That is awful. That is actually awful. Now the Earthquake's coming out. I should have known that. Should have just protected all around. Fini's gonna fail the protect. Earthquake's gonna come out, and that's gonna seal the deal. I said it on my live stream. I really despise Garchomp, which is why the next VGC team we use, and I lived. Oh, I'm so salty. I have so much to learn. I have so much to learn, and I lived. All right, that's GG's. That is my fault. Had I known I could live, I would just protect with my beast and ice beam that slot. It'd be good. I can't underestimate my bulk. I'm literally a defensive set. I gotta know my calcs better. Gotta know my calcs better. But I really hate Garchomp. So much so that the next VGC team is definitely featuring Alolan Ninetales because it outspeeds the Garchomp if they're not scarfed. And no one scarfs a Garchomp right now. Not that I see, because it's just too dangerous. You have to be able to switch moves with the Tapus running around that wanted to go for Earthquakes with all the electric types and the Alolan Marowaks. But that's gonna be the end of this episode of VGC Factory. Another 2 losses, kind of devastating, kind of depressing, but I learned a lot. That first match learned an incredible amount. Just switch into Tapu Fini and you're good to go. Avoid the spores. In this one, gotta know my spreads better. Gotta make sure you guys know your calcs. Open the calculator while you're playing. I might start doing that from here on out so we can learn more together. With that though, I'm gonna get the hashtag out of here. If you enjoyed, don't forget to show some shady love to that sub button down below. Have yourselves a good day, but above all else, keep it shady.